Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all for being so supportive and y'all are awesome. This was a great year for knives and the channel grew really well for a while. I was trying to push it to that 100K mark, but we just missed the mark by just a little bit. However, my birthday's January 23rd, so I'm gonna do everything I can to get to that 100K so I can do a huge giveaway to say thank you to all y'all awesome people. So if y'all wanna help push me to the 100K marker, all I ask is you give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if possible, share it to as many people as you can. This knife right here, I've been waiting for patiently, and I wanted to take it out so bad. I got this far, and I said, let me do a first impression. So we have a brand new quiet carry. Y'all know this is one of my favorite boutique brands, smaller companies, and this is their new design. Yeah. I am over the moon about this. This right here is a quiet carry, the catch. Oh, I love their knurled pattern on their tie. Just look at that. That is absolutely stunning. It looks like it's going to be super comfortable. You have pretty much a full length backspacer. Yeah, that's full length because that's going to be the stop pin right there. Well, I like how they did the mill tie pocket clip. Check that out. You have the partial knurling on this side, and then you have a very faint, fine micro milling here. I'm sure they did that so you wouldn't have a problem underneath this clip. Let's check out the action. Oh man, so looks like we have somewhat of a Nusmuck style blade there. Beautiful raw stonewash finish. Look at that jimping. If you like jimping, that jimping grabs your thumb perfectly. And what steel is this one in? Oh, my favorite from Quiet Carry. It's in Van Eyck Super Clean. So this is gonna be a premium knife with a premium price tag. They did a very small batch drop, so I'm sure these aren't even on the site yet. But as soon as I get word that these will be dropping, I will do my full review and testing of this one. Man, hand melting. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one's got to be on bearings. Definitely on bearings. Yeah. This is the brand new Quiet Carry catch, and boy, is it a catch. Only thing I see on this, I'm sorry lefties, it's tip up right hand carry only. I don't know if they usually do lefty versions or not, hopefully so. This is the brand new Petrified Fish Ripple. Okay, they have a blue thumb stud and a single-sided thumb stud. They also give you a silver thumb stud in the box. So I'm guessing that's either aluminum or tie. Check out the front flipper. Ooh, that was easy. Beautiful action. Thumb studs, can you use that blade hole? Yeah, looks like, yeah, easily. This is a nice full-size knife if I remember correctly. It's like a 3.75 inch blade. I love the way they did the access to the lock bar. Even though you had this little bitty cutout, they did such a great job of putting that texture there. It is very comfortable for me to get my finger in there. Nice flip. Yeah, I literally got this one out of the box probably 3 minutes ago, and it's in 14C 28N. You have a compound ground Tonto blade, raw stone wash finish, and I forget who that designer is. I think it's the same person who designed the Kobold, because I've seen that on several of my designs. So yeah, what do y'all think about the Petrified Fish Ripple? This is a nice full-size knife, nice streamlined knife, deep carry, reversible pocket clip. Now they did not inset that clip into the frame, but, you know, it is a budget knife. The new Kansept Fermi. This is the Birch Tree Blade Works design. That's pretty cool. He's a Hall of Famer knife maker. So you have lava flow, fat carbon inlays on both sides, blind screwed mill tie pocket clip. Look at the fitment on that fat carbon. Absolutely no gaps. I'm going to close my eyes, see if I can feel it. Mine, I cannot feel at all. I can't tell you where that is. Beautiful work there. Yeah, very, very nice work. Beautiful action. Looks like we have a harpoon, clip point, Tonto, recurve. Call it whatever you want. I think it's an attractive looking design. I'd call it a medium-sized knife. My medium-sized hands, I get a perfect 4-finger grip on it. And one thing I like about them collaborating with some of the more established knife makers, they usually give them the exact specs that they want the knife to be. And look at that sharpening choil. That's how it's done right there. You're going to have, see where my fingernail is? You're going to have all that sharpening life before it'll even think about widening at the heel. This is an inset liner lock. Only thing that I noticed right now, I wish they would have contoured this clip because it does have some hard edges on it. I'll have to wait and see how that feels during use. And wow, I think I noticed right off the bat, the access to that liner lock is terrible. So you have a chamfer right there, and that's something Kansept is so They do this all the time. They hate putting big chamfers on the lock, and I get it. You can't put too much of a chamfer there because it'll get too thin back here. But they literally just knocked off the edge. That's all they did. So use this portion of the thumb. It's not bad. Very smooth though. And those thumb studs, at least on this one, are a little bit slick. There's no grabbing right there. Can I reverse flick? Yeah, I can reverse flick it. I mean, I'll probably, once I get the hang of it, this is probably the 4th time I'll flip this. It'll probably be okay, but yeah. They could have given us a little bit better access to the studs because you can see they're pretty low profile. You got to grab right underneath it. So not terrible, but it would have been nicer if they would have contoured that and did something about that. So the brand new CJRB Locust. You have a pretty streamlined design, fragged, peel ply G10 there, thumb disc, deep carry reversible pocket clip, excellent action, spear point blade of RPM 9 steel. It has a button lock and they have the secondary locking system. We'll see. This one, you definitely have to be intentional to push that one over as well. Super smooth action. One thing I did notice though, please Artisan and CJRB, you can see it flaring already. It's going to get wider and wider every time unless I fix that. The new Kansept Cybin. This is an Edgy Blade Works design collaboration. You have bronzed, anodized, frag titanium. You can use that blade hole that works great. And if you want, you can use those fullers. Check that blade out. I don't even know what you would call that, but modified harpoon clip point. Or whatever you want to call it, I'm okay with it. Nice raw stonewash finish, S35 in steel. Very interesting looking clip that follows the shape of the blade. And it is tip up right hand carry only. And I'm sure they're the T6 screws. Excellent action. 14 out of 300. Okay. They got several different variations, so that's probably out of 300 of each one. Another thing I noticed right away on this one, you have this clean looking frag pattern on this side. Flip it over and look how clean it looks right here because the lock relief is on the inside. And the sharpening choil, right there. See where the point of this is? That's where the plunge grind comes down. So it's already kind of flaring right there. That's definitely gonna have to be widened if I don't want it to get thicker and thicker and run into that plunge grind. This right here is a real steel Griffin. This one has been discontinued for quite a while. And talk about a knife I've always loved. It's an attractive looking design. And this was my first knife that was just ridiculously smooth. Me and Jared used to talk about this one. He has one too, I think. I don't know if he still has it, but 14C on this one, and this is an aluminum scales. Well, they just dropped the Real Steel Griffin Pro. This one has very, very grippy micarta. There's different colors. I went with the natural. Now this one, the blade hole is pretty sharp, but the reverse flick is great. Same beautiful action. Very easy to thumb flick. They did have a little chamfer there to get your thumb down into the hole, but just like on that one, you kind of got to be intentional to put your thumb in there if you want to do a flick. But when you do a slow roll, you can feel the sharpness of that hole. Other than that, the reverse flick, it may take off some fingernail every once in a while, but I can't tell. 14C and the beautiful raw stonewash, and this is how a sharpening choil is done. My fingernail right there, that's where the plunge grind comes. You're going to have almost the life of this blade before it'll even think about widening. On the original, they had a secondary lock right here to lock out the button. You slide that forward. Those to me are gimmicks, but on this one, it's right here. And it's pretty intentional, and you could probably take that off, I'm pretty sure. Like that one I could have done too. When you have it on there, it doesn't let you depress the button. And then let's see, if you have it in the pocket and you want to make sure it stays closed, you could flip that up as well. Flow through construction, hideous pocket clip. They were the same one. This is a Carson design. We have the QSP and traditional pocket knives, exclusive Hedgehog. Looks like these are sold out, unfortunately, but as soon as they come back in stock, I'm going to message him to ask him to let me know when they're coming back so I can do my full testing and review. I'm sure he's going to do another run like he did on the last one, but I know why they sold out. Excellent knife, excellent price. I love the original blade shape because it's super, super sliced with that hollow grind. And whenever I saw this one, and just listen to this walking talk, mine has the gold dark matter, fat carbon, I think, double fluted titanium bolsters. Listen to this. Yeah. QSP does a fantastic job with their walk and talk. Very nice and stout. So this one, in my favorite blade shape, we have a spear point, full flat ground spear point. Pretty sure this one's still a hollow grind. S90V steel, satin finish, dual long pulls. There's a shot of both. Man, I went checked the site right before I hit record and I saw they're all sold out. So I apologize. I tried to get this video up a lot earlier. Just didn't work out with the holidays. Just been so busy and I've been trying to play catch up so I can start fresh in 2025. I forgot about this. Clip to my right pocket. I have another traditional pocket knives. This is their design as well. And this is the newer version of the Ohio River Jack that I reviewed recently. Man, I like this thing a lot. Very comfortable with that neutral handle. That jig tie looks great. It's contoured. And then once again, you have that spear point blade, S90V steel, and it's priced right. Listen to this one. Yeah, I've been carrying it in this Tuya clip slip. I have to have a clip. I'll link this one if this is available. We have another budget knife coming from Real Steel. This is the Viz Poltergeist Works collaboration. And I thought this colorway was something unique. I love that it's like a very light blue G10. You have really good texture on the peel ply. And the only issue whenever you get these light colored G10s is they're not going to stay looking good for long. You can clean them with alcohol swabs or one of those magic erasers or just soap and water. Not something I really care about, especially on a budget knife. And then it has the integral liner. They take a liner and they fold it over, which makes it a lot more comfortable because you don't have that gap for the fat of your hand to fall into. And then they even used a portion of that for the stop pin. Now, I don't know how that'll hold up over time. It is a crossbar lock. So let's check out the action thumb hole. It's got pretty good action. The tension could be a little stronger on the Mega Springs. That's something I've noticed on the last 2 crossbar locks that I have from Real Steel, but I still have been very impressed with Real Steel lately. This is a nice little compact knife, so if I choke back, I get like a 3.5 finger grip, but I can choke up, and it's a nice little big knife. One thing I noticed right off the back, so you have this clip point blade. It's in 12C27, another great steel from Sandvik. But look at this. Look how thin that blade stock is. This thing's going to be a slicing machine, and I cannot wait. That's one good thing about 14C and 12C is they can take incredibly thin edges because I know for 14C, I think it was originally made for a razor blade steel, and then Kershaw picked it up. You have a nice full flat ground PVD coated blade. They have non-coated as well, I'm pretty sure. We have the Rike Knives Lamella, and this is a small run release with the Ultim. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too sure how smart it was to use Ultim here because this is their integral overframe design where usually this is titanium and you can't see anything underneath there and it's covering all your hardware, making it look like an integral because this wraps around the back. But using Ultim here, Ultim's not the most rigid, especially when it's thin like this. But we'll say the action, this thing rockets out. Even though that's not my cup of tea in the blade shape, this arc right here feels fantastic. And then you can choke up. You could almost still use that tip even though it's an upswept because of how low it is compared to the top of this handle. Got to be close to a 4-inch blade there, if not a 4-inch blade. M390 steel. You have a beautiful crown spine, line screwed mill tie pocket clip, ceramic ball interface, inset liner lock. Whew, beautiful action. The thumb plates, to me, aren't the most comfortable, but I think it's the first time I've used that. Because the detent on mine is dialed for the flipper. Flipping action's great. And looks like these are numbered. Mine's 668. I think y'all know how much I love the Kansept Fenrir. This is definitely in my top 3 favorite Kansept knives. Now we have the Tenable knives version. So it's going to be a more budget-friendly option than the premium version. Now this one, the Christmas edition exclusive. And I'm pretty sure they're already sold out. But don't worry, there's tons of different variations that are going to be dropping very soon. You have fragged red aluminum up here and then black aluminum here. They did a great job. Very tight fitment. The frag gives you a little bit of texture. The action, outstanding. I gotta say, I might enjoy this one almost a hair more than this one because this one, or at least on mine, the detent is dialed pretty strong to give you a good front flip, and it's a frame lock. Well, this one, they did not include the front flipper, which I'm good with. I know some people were upset about that. But they were able to dial the detent for thumb stud action and talk about a nice action. Comfortable. All I'm trying to say is this one that's in 14C28N, whenever they drop, I'll do my full review and testing and be ready because this is an awesome one. This is a new Rike Bakutuk. Now this is a titanium integral. And they even did this integral. So I can only imagine what these cost. The wave feature is removable. It comes uninstalled, but if you want it on, you can. I'm going to take this off. I don't wave my knives out of my, unless this becomes a truck carry or something. So you have the flipper, works great. This is a Packlite style design. I'm not a weapons expert, but I guess being that you have the little jumps right there and the way the handle's set up, I'll have to ask Bob DeMarco, my fellow buddy and YouTuber himself. He's trained in weaponry like this. So Bob, if you see this, is this how you hold this one? But I am going to do some testing. I don't know what. And one thing I noticed right away, this recurve hawkbill or Packlite blade is stupid sharp. Feels like it's one of the sharpest Rikes I've ever gotten, and their knives always come really sharp. So stay tuned for this review as well. Y'all let me know if there's anything y'all would like me to do with this within reason. I can't buy ballistic gels, dummy. I can't afford one. Back to the budget, we have the Tenable Bömbur. This is a Midgards Messers collaboration. These are also sold out. Sorry, they were sold out the day they sent these to me. So they sold out very quick. She said they're doing another run here very soon. Looks like we have a carbon fiber G10 laminate. I think this was the last version they had available. I just wanted to check it out. This one is in D2 steel, and I'm sure it's because look at that chunk of steel. I mean, if you know Midgards Messer, they make them beefy. The action, fantastic. The fullers work great for that. Look at that tip. This thing is a beast. Because of the wide scales, it initially feels great in hand. Now, I will say the clip is pretty high, and I don't know if that's tie or not. It's hard to tell. I couldn't find it anywhere on the sites, whether that's titanium or stainless. Anybody know? Let us know in the comments. Full-length backspacer. The reason why this one's so desirable, I'm sure, because I think it was like a $90 knife, and this right here is a premium Midgards Messer. You can see you have close, not as thick a blade stock, but very close. And this is also D2, but this one is in the upwards of, I think, $400. Yeah, that's stout for D2 steel. It's a lot of steel though, a lot of titanium. Look at that. Look how chunky all that is. It's not the most practical, but it puts a smile on my face, and I'm glad there's a version now that I can point people to that is a little bit more cost effective. So as soon as these come out, of course, I'm gonna let y'all know right away. Also, I bought this Boker BFF a while back. I love the overall design. It's a Burnley design. The leather clip slip sheath, nice contouring on the micarta. I love this whole aesthetic. Now this one has this heavy blasted finish on AEBL, which I haven't had any issues yet with the rusting, but one thing I will say, see how low this flat grind is? It is ridiculously thick behind the edge. You can feel that thickness. So it's not the best slicer. Well, I saw that they dropped, this is the Boker BFF Packlite. If you're a hiker or somebody who loves to carry an EDC fixed blade, this thing weighs absolutely nothing. You can carry this as a neck knife. Because look how thin everything is. Nice and thin, nice minimal kydex. Now there's no push off. That's the only thing I don't like. I just kind of put my finger on top of that and then slide it out. So if I put them like this, you can see that the Packlite has a much higher flat grind, and then you can feel the difference, like immediately feel the difference. And then they went with that raw stone wash, love that. And then on the original, you had no jimping, which I was kind of bummed out about that. This one they have jimping. It is pretty aggressive. You can see that. It's like the points. One cool thing is I can easily overshoot it or go in the hammer grip. They did a better job on the sharpening choil, and this one is in CPM Magna Cut steel. This is a Boker Tree brand, which is their Solingen branded knife. This one is as well, so they're usually more premium, but this one was quite a bit more expensive than this one. This is black rich light. There's like wood, and you can get it skeletonized. They're contoured. I do wish that the scales were the same thickness as this original one. You can see the difference. Because this original one, even though it's a small handle, it fills out the handle a lot better. But I just love this design for some reason. I love that blade shape. This next one's from Outdoor Elements. This is the Glow Scout Feather. As you can see, they have the glow liners in there. I just charged them up. They glow pretty bright. This glows too, the little whistle. Now I picked this one up because of a recommendation from one of you guys or girls. We'll check it out, see what I think. You have a ferro rod that's screwed in here, so it's not going anywhere. These usually don't work that great because the angles are usually not set at the exact same thing, but it's got the little ceramic hone in the polymer sheath. A clip attachment there. Nice push off point, and it holds it in there good. I'm pretty sure this is a polymer sheath. I don't think this is kydex. You have this drop point blade, shallow flat grind, so it's not going to be the thinnest. This one's in VG10, and you can see, look, that's what you call a smile right here. That thing is smiling ear to ear, baby. I can either widen this sharpening choil. That's going to get worse and worse because it's already hit the plunge grind. I love the raw stone wash finish though. It looks nice. Very, very aggressive jimping. That's very uncomfortable for my hands. I mean, I have neuropathy, so I can either try to overshoot it, and then you have this thin handle. So maybe if I have the gloves on, it should be fine. And I don't know. We'll wait and see. The glow version costs $10 more. If I would buy this again, I would definitely buy the regular version that just has the G10 scales. This is another recommendation by one of you guys or girls. This right here is the Lothar Fox, the other Lothar knife that I said I picked up. It comes with a carbon fiber looking kydex. It has a ferro rod holder there. I don't remember if the ferro rod came on this one or not. This one you have the large Tech-Lock style belt clip attachment. It's a 9-inch knife or 9+ inch knife. You got a little push off right there that's comfortable for my hands. Nice and tight, no rattle whatsoever. So you have this nice texture. Look at that, very nice and grippy. It looks interesting as well. Bolt-on construction. All the edges are crowned. You have a lanyard hole in the back, and the crowning continues all the way to the tip. You have some jimps back here. The jimps work perfect. I do wish they had a forward choil right here. You can see the plunge line comes right here. So you might have a couple of sharpenings, but it's a fixed blade like I always say, and that's an easy fix. So this one you have a PVD coated, full flat ground D2 blade. It's got some heft to this one. I think it was like 50 bucks. I think this is one heck of a knife. You're getting a lot for your money here. And I've heard nothing but good things about most of their fixed blades. So that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know what was some of y'all favorite knives that y'all picked up in 2024. I love to read y'all comments. And like I said, if y'all want to help me on my road to 100K, like the video, leave me a comment. It doesn't have to be long at all. And share it with as many of your friends as possible. I can't thank you enough. If not, it's no big deal. Let me know which one of the knives that I showed today you would like to see a review on first. That's always a huge help for me. And I hope every one of y'all has a safe holiday, a great 2025, and I will see y'all on the next one.